In case you missed it, it's all Donald Trump's fault. Everything. Name something bad, he's the reason. Climate change, his fault. Asteroids, his fault. Earthquakes, those faults are his faults. A little wordplay for Saturday nights. You don't get that on Water's World. Every bad thing ever. I love Jesse. Everything bad ever is on the head of this evil orange monster from hell. Especially if you're the media. Take these images of immigrant children sleeping in cages. Journalists, politicians, Obama flacks, they all blame Trump. Turns out the photos are 4 years old when Obama was in charge. Whoops. Then there's, this is even better, this photo. An all-baby seat immigration detention bus, also blamed on Trump. It was called a prison bus for babies by an anchor. A prison bus for babies. How could anyone say that with a straight face and believe it? A journalist. I mean, who would make a prison bus for babies? It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. A prison bus for babies. But you'll believe anything if you hate Trump, even though this photo was also from Obama's era, and no, it wasn't a prison bus for babies. It's for a field trip. Anyway, now you'd expect the media to check the date on a photo. I mean, that is their job, to check actual facts. It's almost as though they need some kind of help.
Hey, Tom, what's up?
Look at this. Immigrant children sleeping in cages on the floor. And how about this? A prison bus just for babies. If this doesn't prove how evil and heartless Donald Trump is, nothing will.
Well, I just looked it up, and that cage photo is from 2014. And that bus, it's for field trips, and it's from April 2016.
Wow. Just think, I was about to tweet this out to the public.
Sounds like you need a Veriscope.
What's that?
The Veriscope will help you see things clearly for what they really are, without an agenda. But first, I need to test you. I'll show you some pictures. Tell me if you see any news value in them.
That's a soldier getting rowdy during Fleet Week. It's Trump's fault.
It's 1945, the day we won World War II. Try this one.
That's a woman upset about the current political climate. I can tell because she's not smiling.
It's Mona Lisa, 1503. How about this one?
I'll recognize that anywhere. That's the day Trump was elected. I saw that guy in Brooklyn.
It's the Scream, 1893. Last one.
That's a monster attacking Japan. You see, Trump is even terrorizing foreign countries.
It's Godzilla. Well, the good news is you do qualify for a Veriscope.
Wow. Does it have special powers?
No, it's just a giant magnifying glass, but it will help you pull your head out of your ass.
Ever since I started using Veriscope, I approach everything with more honesty.
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Hey, Carl. Seeing your stupid face is the worst part of my day. Thanks, Veriscope.
Veriscope, for when you need to check your facts before you tweet something stupid.
Now, first off, David, Tom Shalhoub has the best walking around a corner into a hallway look of any commercial actor. I think you could learn something from him.
He is known through the industry.
Yes, for walking down the hall.
Specialty move, yeah.
Yeah, you're angry. This bothers you. I've seen you on Twitter, not as much anymore, but you hate when there's a false story. You get very upset.
Yeah, the news media is awful.
Yes.
And we all used to know that.
Yeah.
5 years ago, you'd be like, CNN's terrible. And everyone would be like, yeah, we know that. And now you're like, CNN's terrible because Trump hates them. We all gotta be like, oh, no, they're great. We have to uphold this First Amendment and all this stuff. It's like, no. Have you seen Don Lemon's show? That's not journalism. His entire show is an expert panel explaining to him what happened on Anderson Cooper.
That is so true.
You're in trouble now.
Kat, isn't it just easier to blame Trump for everything? I'm sure some of your own disappointments in life you could trace to Trump.
I'm going to start doing that.
Yes.
This whole thing where I get upset with myself for my bad choices is becoming very exhausting. And this whole thing where I've apologize when I've done something wrong. I'm not doing that anymore. Next time I do something wrong, I'm just going to blame it on Trump, and I know that a huge segment of the population will apparently believe me without even checking.
Yes.
I'm never going to say, hey, like, sorry, I don't know, what, vaped on your baby on accident, you know, for example. I'll just say that Trump made me do it, and the next thing you know, I'll be some sort of victim.
I vaped on your baby.
Is that a euphemism?
Sometimes they come out of nowhere.
Yes, the babies come at
Come
you
out of
while
nowhere.
you're vaping.
Yeah.
I vaped on a baby. Tyrus, there's so many examples of this, like when an entire opinion shifts when you introduce one variable, like prison reform. Prison reform, Trump was for that, but liberals weren't because Trump was for it. It's weird.
Yeah, well, it was the question. The question was weird.
You've been here for 3 years. I never ask questions.
Okay, no, you asked me the questions. This is weird because it's not about black people in sports. I'm all like he does it.
Wow.
Like I'm the leading official on Dennis Rodman and Whoopi Goldberg for him. It's I don't know, man. It's just it's convenient, but this is what if you listen to the people there. These are the same people that when Obama was in, everything that happened to him was Obama's fault. Like there's just a certain sect of people that everything in their life is not their fault. And whenever you have a conversation with, they usually lead with statements like, you made me upset, or if it's because of you that I'm screaming loud and not going to bed at a decent time and always making our relationship difficult. It's you. So, I mean, I don't know if anyone knows anybody like that, but I've come across a few people. It's not necessarily Donald Trump. He's just convenient now.
Yeah.
He's the new, Trump's the new Munson. You know what I mean? I got Trumped out in the middle of nowhere. You know, Trump is the easy guy to blame. And if you blame him for something and he hears you, chances are he'll fight you back.
Yeah.
So you get your audience, you know?
In a weird way, Trump is like the weather. Trump is like the weather. You walk outside, Trump!
Yep.
Well, but I mean, right. I mean, I guess that's, I don't know if you do that, but I mean, to be fair, I mean, Trump also takes credit for everything.
That's true.
So he says, only I can fix it. I alone can do this. So in a way, it's a perfect relationship with him and the media. They're getting the president they desperately, desperately deserve, and they're getting it good and hard.
Very good point. You know, solution for cable news, they got to get rid of like the lower thirds that say Republican political consultant or a Democratic analyst.
Strategist or whatever it is.
Get rid of that. Just go, I hate Trump. And then, like, I'm okay with the guy.
Yeah.
Because, that's basically what it is. Guys, most of America's like, hey, let's see what happens, as he says so many times. But the other side is, I can't stand him. Thank God that never happens on the 5.
No.